Hello. Today, we're going to learn how to work with creating a new data collector for Windows Event Log data using IT Data Analytics. Let's get started. As you can see, I've logged into my IT Data Analytics console using an administrative credential. Next, we want to hit the Administration tab, which will take us to the area where we can perform this work. You can see that it defaults to the Data Collector section, and we're going to go ahead and hit Add Data Collector. So now we have a dialog box to create our new data collector that we want. The first thing we want to do is choose the type of data collector we're creating. And in this particular case, we're going to be monitoring local Windows events on the IT Data Analytics server itself. So let's go ahead and check that. And you can see that right away, our dialog box has changed somewhat. So let's say local ITDA server Windows events. We're going to use the default collection station. In this particular case, I only have one. In your environment, if you had multiple collection stations, you would choose the appropriate one. By clicking in the Windows Event Logs dialog box, this will immediately do a couple things. First of all, it'll test our connectivity and make sure that we can get to the event logs. If there was some kind of problem with a credential or connectivity, we would have an error at this point. And as you can see, we successfully connected, and we're being presented with a list of available event logs that we could choose from. This is a big step forward, actually, for ITDA 2.5. Earlier iterations of ITDA only permitted looking at the application security and system event logs. And as you can see, many Windows servers have other event logs that need to be a target of data extraction. Many customers use custom event logs as well to the Windows standard ones. So there's quite a few here. So what we're going to do for our test, however, is we're just going to pick the top three to keep things fairly simple. So we're going to pick application, security, and system. We can also read in events from past days. So I'm going to go ahead and select 2 days worth of data, which should be plenty for a test. And we can set our polling interval. I'm going to leave that the default of 1 minute. We're going to go ahead and start and stop the collection. We're going to select all groups here to make sure that everyone who's going to be using ITDA can see this. And under tags, which is important, we want to go ahead and include tags. And when you're creating a data collector, the use of tags helps you a great deal in the future when you do your save searches and other work in reporting and dashboards and things like that. So let's go ahead and we're going to add one for the location. And I only have one location. I'm going to choose Office Lab, and I'm going to hit the plus sign to add it to my list of tags. I'm also going to choose my OS, and I'm going to hit the drop down. And in this particular case, I know that this server, in fact, is Windows 2012. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that and hit the add. And I can also identify what tier or other things. In this particular case, this is part of the application tier. So I'm going to add application. I'm going to say it's a new type of tag. I'm going to add it. And now we're all set. All we have to do now is hit the create button, and we'll get feedback immediately letting us know whether our data collector creation was successful or not. Now we just have to wait to see if our data collector starts successfully and begins to read data in. And we can see here that we're presented with a white checkbox. It's not green yet. And after a period of time, this will in fact turn green if everything works correctly. So let's wait and see for our data collector to turn green. And there we have it. As you can see, our local ITDA server events has been created, and we have a successful status. We can double check this by selecting the data collector and checking the collection status history. And there we can see a successful connection to the server, and it was able to find 3,400 entries, and it ignored 2,100 of those because it didn't meet certain collection criteria. That's all there is to creating a Windows Events data collector in IT Data Analytics. Thank you.